Hey everyone, Flutes here. I'm going to do the 1D&D Cleric and Species Unearthed Arcana survey today, right after I make sure sound's all working just fine. As far as I can tell, it should be, but if y'all would help me out and confirm, that would be much appreciated. Let's see. Howdy. Alright, so let me check it out on my own phone. See how audible I am. Can hear the ad just fine. But yep. I can indeed hear myself. Fantastic. All right. So if you're here, let me know who's here. Should probably share the link, let people know I'm streaming this in case they want to hang out. I don't think this survey will take very long, so might as well also chat about anything y'all are interested in. I figure, at least. I might have written some stuff down that maybe I want to talk about. We'll see. If anyone's curious about some D&D stuff I got for Christmas, I did get Esper's, what's it called? Esper's Emporium of Esoterica from Esper the Bard, another YouTube channel. I did get that book, and then there was another book, what's it called? It's from, I forget what it's called. I need to look at it again. But basically, I was talking to someone in chat, but it looks like the chat's moved on. It's all about like magic item shops, specific shopkeepers from Aventier Games, I think it was. But maybe I know so many different people who do D&D stuff. I'm probably mixing it up. The book is still coming, and then the PDF has been gifted to me, but they can't find it yet. So I'm trying to help them find the PDF that they purchased for me. And then I got some of those condition rings for when you're using miniatures so that you can mark who's prone or blessed and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I was getting for Christmas that I thought was pretty cool. Alright, so streaming 1D&D Cleric and Species UA survey. Let the world know. Let's see. Okay. All right, so let's get into this survey, huh? Have you play tested the Cleric class? So once again, I consider this to be a yes because they say that this is all supposed to be backwards compatible. And so I'm able to compare the Cleric versus the current game. They haven't given me any monsters to play test against. They haven't given me the spell descriptions. So to say I play tested as if it was a brand new game, no, but I'm very familiar with 5e, exhaustingly so. So I can take the changes they suppose and I can say that I play tested them honestly, using their own logic. How satisfied were you overall with the Cleric class? So when I go into my notes for this one, I do like, so I'm on the team of people who like that they're moving subclasses to level 3 as a uniform decision for classes. Hopefully they don't back down from that because I like that. I don't like that they gave the Cleric a different thing that makes it pretty heavy multi-class bait at level 1, in that its channel divinity is based on proficiency times per day, and then it scales based on proficiency bonus as well, because that means you don't have to invest in being a Cleric to get a lot of value out of it. So my personal perspective is I talk about multi-classing a lot in articles and videos, and I would honestly like to have less one-level dips that people feel like they have to do. Like I say, people tell me all the time, like I feel like I have to do a dip in this or that just for one level to make this viable. So I will say that I think that this new version of 1D&D, they're going for a game flow that won't be an issue, because there's going to be less damage output, and it seems like being viable, let's say, is going to be more obtainable without multi-classing. And so I think that all is fine as long as they don't front load classes too much with stuff. So overall with the Cleric, I'm going to say I liked some of the things that they changed, but I'm dissatisfied because I feel like they are missing their own design goals, especially when they kind of tongue-in-cheek. I felt like they were mocking the Rogue, which, if you know me, I love the Rogue class very much. So when they talk about Mother May-I features and the Thief Rogue and why they changed it, I feel like they're redirecting, especially because they still have Divine Intervention on the Cleric, which is, I think, the definition of Mother May-I, meaning you have to ask the DM for it to do something, and it's completely dependent on the DM deciding to do something with it. So I am dissatisfied overall. It doesn't mean I dislike everything. I really like the Holy Order customization and some of the changes they made to turning undead and smite undead, that sort of thing. But they need to fix Channel Divinity, so I am dissatisfied. I don't want them to completely revamp the Cleric, so I won't say I'm very dissatisfied, just dissatisfied. I guess I should also consider some of the Cleric spell changes, and there were some wins and some losses, it felt like, that seemed like some good trade-offs that didn't really affect my playstyle too much, but the reaction-based spells I'm not super keen on. And that also feeds into the Cleric a little bit. So that might tip me over to a very dissatisfied based on those cantrips. I'll keep those separate, though, because it's just asking about the Cleric class right now. So, dissatisfied. Let's move on. Let me see. Do we have anyone hanging out so far? Hey! Yeah, I put in my survey for the Channel of any that should go with a structure like the Moon Druid CR for Wild Shape, which gets you the same amounts of uses, but only if you go into Cleric more. Yes, I wish they would go with those sorts of narratives more, like this is based on your Cleric level instead of proficiency bonus. I'm okay with the proficiency bonus per day structure, but if they want to damper MC, this doesn't. I agree. They can have a few things that scale by proficiency bonus. That's fine. But if it's outrageously so, that it scales and you get more uses by proficiency bonus, that's just a little too exponential for me. How satisfied are you with the elements of the Cleric as presented in the article? Creating a Cleric, satisfied. They didn't wow me with anything here, right? Just creating a Cleric. You can get your stuff. Yeah. Very satisfied is like there's something in it that wowed me and I really liked it. But yeah. Multi-classing in the Cleric. You still get light armor, medium armor, and shields. Yeah, I feel like it should be that way, so I'm satisfied. First level Channel of Divinity, very dissatisfied. Divine Spark, dissatisfied, or very dissatisfied. And Turn Undead, just dissatisfied. That wasn't the main deal breaker for me. Spell casting is more flexible now. I am satisfied with that. Holy Order, very satisfied with that. I think that's a good change, especially at second level and not first level. So that's fine with me. Cleric subclass at level 3. Yes, I'm very satisfied with that. Please keep it. Feed at level 4. Yes, Smite Undead. Dupe subclass feature at level 6. I'm going to say very satisfied real quick on all the subclass features. Especially that you don't have to wait till level 17 to get a subclass capstone, and it doesn't just kind of go 2, 6, 17. You actually have room to, or 1, 6, 17. Now you can actually go 3, 6, get a 10 in there, which hopefully they actually add to options instead of just kind of like splitting things into 2 features. But yeah, Blessed Strikes. Let's see, I think they changed it to just make it only works with weapons or your cantrips. You can deal more radiant damage. Yeah, I'm okay with that, I think. Yeah, cool with that. Feat, level 4, or 8th level, sorry. Yes, Holy Order, getting a second dose of it at level 9. I do like that, but yeah, I do like that. Divine Intervention. I like Divine Intervention. I know that it's not everyone's favorite because of past experiences with it. And I have been getting into feedback with people just to see what they think about it. So I still like it. It does make it clear that it's supposed to do a certain thing, but player expectations aren't always aligned. So anyway, you could potentially use it more often. Very little has changed with it. I'm going to say, even though I like Divine Intervention, I'm going to hold them to their own design goals on this one and call out the Mother May I stuff. To all those people who said that you have a hard time with Divine Intervention, I'm going to hook you up in my survey here. Greater Divine Intervention, same thing. Feat is fine. Epic Boon is fine. And Prepared Spells is fine. Alright, so let's let them have it. You need to not scale PB times per long rest with more potency based on PB as well for channel divinity. I don't want 1 level dips to be overly powerful and overshadow the healing features of the life domain or any other devoted healer. There's that. Divine Intervention, while I like it, is the definition of a Mother May I feature that you claim to be getting rid of. Please restore the thief, rogues, fast hands to use an object or get rid or rework Divine Intervention. Yes. Alright. How satisfied are you with the elements of the life domain subclass as presented in this article? Life domain overall, they got rid of some cheesiness with the good berries and stuff, which wasn't really a big deal anyway. They said it was their design goal to allow that, but it was obviously problematic, so they had to fix it. The domain spells, very dissatisfied. Disciple of Life, very satisfied, very satisfied, very satisfied, and very satisfied. Like, they didn't really touch much, but they did kind of just spread it out. Let's see. Blessed Healer. Let me remind myself which one that is. That is the... You heal yourself when you heal someone else. Now that it's a 10th level feature, I want more. I want to heal myself more. Alright. Please give a first level domain spell. And Blessed Healer at 10th level is too weak. Give it more healing. Or something else to make it better. Alright. So that's that part. Let's see. Chat says, for me, I think the 9th level Holy Order should give an improved version of the 2nd level choice. It kind of feels like you are grabbing a lesser option at 9th here. So that's interesting. It reminds me of kind of how the champion fighter gets a second fighting style, but usually you don't need another one, so you end up just getting +1 to armor class with that. Let's see. So I guess let's revisit Holy Order at 9th level, because most of the time I think a lot of people are going to pick the heavy armor option. Just a hunch. But you could focus on being more of a spellcastery one. So at 9th level, if you didn't take Thaumaturge, or what's the other one? There's Thaumaturge and Scholar. So this is interesting, because it's like, let's say I take Thaumaturge and I want to be a better spellcaster with an extra cantrip and another use of Channel Divinity when I finish a short rest. So that's cool. It's alright. The Scholar one is 2 skills that are intelligence based, but you can add your wisdom modifier in addition to your intelligence. So I feel like if you want to be a spellcaster and not do the armor thing, just hypothetically, you're going to pick Thaumaturge, and then you'll probably just pick Scholar. Because I believe if you don't pick the Protector one for heavy armor, and it is martial weapon proficiency as well, but I don't see that mattering for the Cleric in what's presented here. If you don't take Protector at level 2, you're not going to take it at level 9, I would assume. So it's between Scholar and Thaumaturge. So does it feel cool at level 9 to get 2 skills that you can add your wisdom modifier to? Because it's not an upgrade. I'm going to go with what you said here. I would rather Holy Order at level 9 be an upgrade in some way. I don't know how they would upgrade the heavy armor, but maybe it'd be a passive bonus that's just related to being a protector. All right. I want Holy Order's second coming at 9th level to be an upgrade of the previous choice at level 2 instead of another choice from the buffet. The options presented aren't compelling at level 9. You either chose them at level 2 or didn't want them. Yeah, fair point, chat. Fair point. For the Preserve Life, it still has the restriction to not heal over half, which just feels bad. That's true. That is in my notes. Thank you for reminding me of that. I still hate that. Preserve Life. Very dissatisfied. Preserve Life needs to have the half hit points clause removed. Just let them heal and not worry about what's at who's below half hit points. Yeah. Any other thoughts on this? Anything I'm forgetting that I should consider, y'all? Because I think there are sometimes issues when people try to go back in this survey. But I think that's good for me. Just reviewing my notes really quick. Oh, and then Preserve Life. I also don't know if it's on purpose to remove Preserve Life's clause about undead and constructs. Don't remember if it said constructs. Just pointing that out. Helping y'all out there. Alright, next. Which of the following character species have you play tested? The new Goliath, it's hard for me to say. It's so different at low level play to be able to get the damage bonuses and knock things prone and stuff. The Ardling's very new. The Dragonborn's basically the same as what we've been working with already. And yeah, you're right, that Preserve Life detail might have been for things like autonomes, so they don't have to keep putting it in their construct class or species designs. So I can say I've definitely playtested the Dragonborn. Goliath, we've seen what happens with growth in the Rune Knight, so that's pretty familiar to us. And most of the options in there are pretty similar to other things in the game. So yeah, Goliath. How satisfied are you overall with the character species as presented in the article? Ardling. I was satisfied, but I think they could still have some more fun with it. Let me see. What does the Ardling do now? It's because we got all the different animals. Let me see if I like them. First, I do like that they tied it to the Beast Lords of the Beast Lands. The celestial animals roaming the Beast Lands. I feel like that's pretty cool. You still have that celestial flavor, but it's a little bit more focused in the D&D lore. Cosmology. So the climber one, I like climb speeds, unarmed strikes. That's good for monks, I assume. We haven't seen the monk yet. The one, I don't know how good it's going to be to take the jump action with advantage. I just don't know how good that's going to be yet. So the flyer, like, you have a built-in feather fall parachute, and then you can get advantage on jump. I just don't know if that's good or not. Racer, dash, 10 times your proficiency bonus. That's cool. And then swimmer's just solid. And then divine magic, you get thaumaturgy and stuff, and then proficiency and perception. So I like it a lot. I think it's just that flyer option that I don't know if it's good or not yet. I don't want to have a dead option, so I will say so and just give it a satisfied. Dragonborn, I am very satisfied. I like giving the 5th level flight option and making the breath weapon back to being part of the attack action if they want to swap out an attack for it, like they did in Fizzbands. And excuse me. And then the Goliath, I haven't been tempted to play a Goliath in a long time, but this actually looks a lot more playable, and I like the options. So I'm very satisfied with it. Unless, well, I don't like I think some of its mechanics could be problems, because some of those options were like, some seemed a lot better than others. So I'm just going to say satisfied. Maybe even dissatisfied. So they can move faster. I like that. Yeah, I'm going to say dissatisfied because I think they can do better. Some of the options, it seems like they just kind of threw something up there and didn't think about how useful it was compared to the others. Storm's Thunder only being a D8 on a reaction. They should just beef that up or something. Alright, let's go with that. But chat, any thoughts? That might be on purpose. I liked the Ardling's rework, just some of the options seemed weak. Yeah. Can Goliath's growth stack with Enlarge spell? I don't see why not. But let's see how they worded it. So, large form. As a bonus action, you change your size to large. And I believe Enlarge just makes you grow a size. So unless they change Enlarge, it will work. For the Goliath's large form, it seems cool. Kind of wish it was worded to allow for a gargantuan character using Enlarge, Giant's Might, large form. But I can see why not. So maybe you're thinking of something I'm not. Maybe it's just not compatible with, what is that, Giant's Might or large form. So Goliaths get large form now, so giant form must be the Rune Knight or something. Ardling is better than the original, I agree. And yeah, you agree with me that Enlarge would stack with it, yeah. So yeah, Ardling, I'm trying to remember what Jeremy Crawford said, because they're going off like anything above a 70 is like they're probably not going to change it. And then like, or maybe it was like, I don't remember. But like around 60, which sounds like a satisfied rating to me, they're like, oh, maybe there's still room to work on it. So I feel like very dissatisfied really drags down the score to like a 30 or below. And then dissatisfied is like a 40 to 50 or something. So Ardling, do I want them to scrap the Ardling? I do not. I like the idea, so I'm going to keep it at satisfied. More concerned about the Goliath reworks that I think they just need to put some more work into. How satisfied? Oh, great. So climber, I like climbing speeds and the unarmed strike option. Might be a little redundant with monks later on and some other ways to get climbing. I don't know, but I'm very satisfied with that flyer. Very dissatisfied because they need to make it clear what jump is good for. Racer's cool, swimmer's cool, and then divine magic and keen senses are great. I need to know more about the jump action before I can rate how good the flyer option is for Ardlings. It feels underwhelming based on 5e knowledge. Okay. I'm going to go with that. How satisfied are you with elements of the Dragonborn? So breath weapon, I'm now very satisfied. Damage resistance, yes. Dark vision, sure. Dragonflight, yes. Good call on the breath weapon attack trade. Draconic flight seems good at 5th level, though maybe it lasts too long. Yeah, so Draconic flight, I'm just going to give that one a satisfied. I can still envision playing an orc. I've always liked, for one thing, the lore around orcs and half-orcs. I know it's just the orc in 1D&D at the moment. I don't think they'll do half-orc. But they took what I liked best from the orc and from the half-orc and put them together. So yeah, I would like it. And I could see myself picking orc over Goliath. I could. Yeah, for melee specifically. Exactly. That's what I think, at least. Giant's Might is the Rune Knight feature. Okay, yeah. And you go to large specifically, so that would not stack. Yep, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's what I suspected. Goliath just has that elemental feel. Yeah, it's not now that giant elemental sort of thing. All right, so Cloud's Jaunt. You just get a Misty Step, which you still get powerful build, large form, and 35 movement speed. So just gaining a Misty Step as a Cloud's Jaunt. Satisfied. It doesn't wow me. A lot of elves get a Misty Step. Fire's Burn. It has to be an attack roll, and you add a d10 of fire damage. How would I feel if Burning Hands could have Fire's Burn added to it from the Fire Giant? Or a Fireball adds a d10 to it. Does it need to be an attack roll? It'd be too good if it could work on spells with an AoE compared to just hitting with attacks. So yeah, I guess it should stay to an attack roll. But 1d10 fire damage is pretty swingy. You could get 1, you could get 10. I think I'd rather it be 2d6. Yeah. I'd like Fire's Burn to be 2d6 or have another option that won't just roll a 1. Frost's Chill. Slow an enemy down and deal a d6. I like that this can stack with some other stuff. I actually really like this one. Hill's Tumble. Hit a large or smaller creature and knock it prone. I feel like that's really good. But how good is it, and what would they change it to? I don't know. But Hill's Tumble is very powerful and overshadows other options. It needs a rework. Or the others need to be fixed. Hill's Tumble. So Stone's Endurance. We've always had that one, and it's always been like okay for me. And it remains that way. Except now I think you can use it proficiency bonus times, so it's better, which I think it was in Mordenkainen. So, Storm's Thunder. Oops, large form. Probably. But Storm's Thunder deals 2. That isn't. Is too low. 2d8, I reckon. Kind of like a... Let's see, at level 1, so you can deal 2d8 to someone who attacks you within 60 feet. When you take damage, so they don't even have to attack you. Maybe 2d6 as a reaction. I'll just go with that. Say 2d6. Let them chew on that. Large form. I like the bonus action to become large. 10 minutes. Advantage on strength checks. Speed increased by 10. Really cool. This will enable a lot of awesome moments and abilities. Then powerful build. I like that they added that you could have advantage to end the grappled condition because you're very strong. Let's see. Did I forget a comma here? Yeah, I did. All right, chat. What you got? Let's see. In Frosthaven, they gave Goliath's cold resistance. Would it be too good to give each option a different resistance at, say, level 5? I think that would be too much. That's a good point. They did remove that. No cold resistance. But if they're making it so they're not all just mountain-dwelling cold, like Frost Giant, I see why they removed it. It would be cool if they did scale at level 5 to get a resistance based on whichever one you chose, though. Frost Maiden, not the Gloomhaven expansion. Yeah. Could they change it to daze versus prone, maybe? That's a good idea. I could see them doing that. Hey, Fallen Phoenix. Doing well. Doing well. It's been a good day. Oh, so this is a little different. Please rank your preference for the following terms. Drag items from the left-hand list into the right-hand list to order them. So they're still on the fence about whether they're going to do species. Subtype with your type being your creature type. Okay. So like if I'm a humanoid, my subtype would be Goliath. So I like species best out of these. Kind, I just hear people saying like we don't welcome your kind. Your kind's not welcome here. So I feel like that's kind of loaded with some racist sentiments. Like it's not an inherently bad word, but if they're trying to get away from racial essentialism, bioessentialism, excuse me, I feel like this would be how I order it. It's species is the clearest option that lacks racial context, real world racism tone or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, it seems out of place. I agree. The enlarged feature seems too cartoony. If they wanted something like that, I'd prefer it being like a mini rage. Let's see. Species is the clearest option. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Do you use feats when playing 5e? Always. Did they give new feats here? Oh, it was just the new epic boons, huh? Oh yeah, here they are. Epic boon of fate. I wasn't wowed by them. Roll a d10. Get an extra spell slot. A 5th level or lower. For an epic boon? Not great. And then True Sight. True Sight's cool. I know what True Sight does, so I can say I play tested this. I mean, these are all things that are part of the game already that aren't impressive. I mean, True Sight's cool, but very dissatisfied. Come on, guys. Not wowing me. How satisfied the following features? Ability score improvement. Fine. Don't know. Not sure. I don't know. Is that very satisfied? Sure. Epic Boon of Fate. Bonk. 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 Fate and spell recall boons are underwhelming and lack the incentive to go 20 levels in a class as opposed to multi-classing. They should make you want to get to level 20 for them. These don't. So let's see. Epic boons don't feel balanced. I like the idea though. I don't know with the epic boons. It seems that since you only get at level 20 and only if you don't multi-class, they should be largely unbalanced, like as good as legendary weapons or something. Yeah. Think legendary with these epic boons, like a legendary item. At the moment, I see no reason to pick an epic boon over a one-level dip in another class. Absolutely. You would realistically only play them in a single final session, so it should be unbalanced and game-breaking to a point. Yeah. Characters tend to retire at level 20 after a few sessions. These epic boons should be mind-blowing. Yep. Yeah. How satisfied were you with the elements of the rules glossary section as presented in the article? Aid, womp. Attack, action. They cleaned that up a little bit. Banishment is weird now. Grappled condition. I've had people getting confused about how grapple works still, so yeah, I'll just mark satisfied. Guidance. Yeah, they removed that clause. Same with resistance. Influence action, very satisfied. Light weapon property, yes, they cleaned that up. Long rest, much clearer, thank you. Magic action, I love that's a thing now, and they're opening up Channel Divinity. Someone said that it'd be cool if Counterspell said you can just counter the magic action, you're not just limited to spells, and I agree with that. Prayer of Healing is much better now, I like it a lot. Priest's Pack, sure, very satisfied. Spiritual Weapon Spell, a lot of people are sad about it becoming concentration, but they think it's too good. I don't think it was too good. I didn't really use it after level 6 as a cleric. Let's see. I think like they say that it's like too good and it should have required concentration. That's probably true. So I'll just say satisfied, but I think they need to beef it up a little bit more, other than just letting it scale harder. True Sight's always good, and they made it a little bit clearer. They feel unbalanced against each other. Not many compelling epic boons. Yeah, they seem like pure trash. I agree. Guidance and resistance are now way too good without the once per long rest clause that guidance had in the previous UA. They overshadow the bard, and they seem like auto picks that overshadow other cantrips. Another level 1 spells now, but cantrips is easier. Do I feel they're overusing proficiency times per long rest and temporary HP? Yes, I do. Aid giving temporary HP to more targets instead of fewer targets and real HP feels really bad. There are plenty of ways to gain temp HP in 5e, and I perceive that you'll continue providing them in 1 D&D. Aid is a dead spell if it's changed in this way. Is that overreacting? I thought it was a dead spell now. 6 creatures, which the average party is not that many, even though I do play with large parties all the time. Your temporary HP goes up by 5, just like your max HP. Yeah, max HP was just so much better, and you could actually heal people to get up. Yeah. Fix my typos here. Overshadow the Bard's Inspiration. Okay. So that's those. Resistance, guidance. Banishment. If you want to nerf banishment, you need to rework the permanent banish after the full duration, because it will never happen. Almost never happen. Not to be hyperbolic. Yeah. And referencing creature type for the plane of existence doesn't seem right. Yeah. And then a spiritual weapon. Nerfing spiritual weapon is fine if that's what you think is best, but it's now too weak. Buff its damage slightly. Yeah. Fallen Phoenix says, nope, aid is dead as it is in this. Maybe they could have aid increase max HP, but not heal. Well, it technically doesn't heal. So I think you mean not increase their current hit points, right? Yeah. So let's see. So aid, if you don't want it to heal creatures from 0 hit points to be back on their feet, don't raise the current hit points. But that feels bad. Keep aid as it was in 5e. Yeah, I'm just going to go with that. That's what I think about it as I reason it out. And then I still talk to people who are confused about the grappled condition. Maybe it's always going to be that way. All right. What's next? Attack action. Equipping weapons was cleaned up. Very satisfied. Moving between attacks. I don't believe that changed, right? Let me see. If you move on your turn, you can use some or all of that movement to move between the attacks of this action. If you have your features as extra attack, that gives you, yeah. Keep it as it is. Yeah, no comment needed. How satisfied are you with the elements of influence action as presented in the article? I think... So setting the DC and being on intelligence score, I really like. And yeah, attitude is great. Very clear. Interaction. Yeah, fine. Let me make sure it's not mind control. The ability check and the DC. Be weird if someone wants to use guidance on your interaction in this way. Yeah, no further stuff there. Any additional comments? Please make first level and second level features scale by class level and not PB. It makes them too good for multi-classing, which gives you an uphill battle to make class capstones and epic boons enough power to be worth it. Channel Divinity is the biggest offender in this UA. It scales too well regardless of class. Rework it or the game will stagnate. I don't know. Something like that. That sounded like the end. Oh, not quite the end. I think if temporary HP can stack, AIDS changes are fine, but otherwise it is nearly unusable in this way. Yeah, I think they clarified for swapping weapons between attacks. Yes, which is something I was actually concerned about, so I'm happy with that. I think it is an okay option for those DMs that need the what does the book say for the influence action, but it is something that should be mentioned and explored in an updated DM's guide instead. I'm okay with it being in the player's handbook, personally. What is your age? What do I want to tell them? I don't think you can put 100, right? Yeah, you cannot. Yeah, I'm 30. We'll go with that. Oh, it's okay. Well, that's that. Let's see. Yeah, the channel divinity can be used PB times if the dice scaling was half cleric level, but not both use and dice scaling per PB. Yep, I agree. Yeah. Well, thank you, y'all, for joining me on this survey, filling out. I appreciate your points of view. Obviously, I changed a little bit of some of my answers based on your feedback and reminding me of some talking points or making me pause a little bit more on them. So thank you for helping me give the best survey I could. Let's see. The New Year's coming up. Got a lot of fun plans. I've got more plans than I can keep up with for videos to make and articles to write. I wish there was 2 of me, even 3 of me, if you can relate to that. More and more, I think the superpowers I would wish for would be like my body always being top performance, kind of like Wolverine, like regenerative stuff, and like never needing to sleep or eat would be nice. I know some people would be like, you don't want to eat. I'm like, maybe for fun, but it'd be nice to take out a lot of the needs. And then I'd also like to be able to be like multiple man and just make multiple selves of myself to get more stuff done. That would be awesome. Yeah. Yeah, so lots in the pipeline, and it's going to be a good year. 2022 had its ups and downs for us, but overall it was a good year. I think 2023 will be as well. So that's about it. I'm going to go get my kids ready for bed. I'm probably going to stream on Friday, a little celebratory stream for myself. And I hope you will join me then. And you all have a good rest of your evening. Bye-bye. James, I saw your comment right before I hit end stream. Tell those cowards to give us druids for Yule. Yeah, they should have given us a druid UAA dropping for Yule. Absolutely. All right. Peace out, everybody. Have a good night.